China has the largest automobile market in the world, and until the recent series of bankruptcies, the country was well on its way to completely monopolizing the EV market. Every day, new EV startups are failing, and there have been more than 400 cases of companies being forced into liquidation. And as the Chinese EV industry slowly crumbles from its former glory, thousands of electric vehicles are being left in the fields and other abandoned locations across the country. What caused the recent downfall of China EV manufacturers, and how does the future look for China? Before we get started, if you want to help our channel grow and keep bringing you even more exciting content, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We'll really appreciate it. Let's get right into it. The EV trend got its start in China, which was an early adopter of the technology. This was made abundantly clear in 2018 when it was reported by the Wall Street Journal that there were as many as 487 electric vehicle manufacturers operating in China at the time. This remarkable figure can be attributed to the clear message sent by the national government indicating a strong desire for China to lead the world in electric vehicle technology. In addition, the local governments are jumping at any chance to take advantage of this opportunity and have made substantial investments in the respective small businesses. The Chinese government sees the potential in all types of EVs, including pure electric, hybrid plug-in electric vehicles, and fuel cell electric vehicles. However, as time progressed, the primary focus of support has shifted to fully electric cars to demonstrate its support. The Chinese government took several steps, some of which included the provisions of generous subsidies, tax breaks, procurement contracts, and other policy incentives. And as a direct result of this, a slew of homegrown EV brands came into existence and diligently worked on refining new technologies to meet the functional requirements of Chinese customers. This effort also assisted in providing its population with homemade electric vehicles. Since as early as 2001, the Chinese government has been actively pursuing opportunities to make financial investments in EV-related technologies. EV technology was quickly recognized as a top priority for scientific research in China's 5-year plan, which serves as the highest-level economic blueprint for the country and was first introduced in 2007. Before it eventually entered the EV market, China's automotive industry was in a precarious position. It was a manufacturing powerhouse for conventional cars with internal combustion engines. However, no domestic brands could even dream of someday rivaling the foreign suppliers who dominated this market. China knew it could never catch up to the established American, German, or Japanese automakers in terms of internal combustion engine innovation. China also couldn't compete in hybrid technology because nations like Japan were already leading in this area. So the Chinese government was consequently forced to forego previously employed technology and start investing in completely uncharted territory, particularly in battery-powered vehicles. At this point, electric vehicles were just a niche experiment being conducted by companies like General Motors or Toyota, both of which typically stopped producing them after only a few years. The risks were quite high. Even though there were 487 businesses that got off to a great start, only one of them is actually profitable at this point. And the most recent statistics show that there are only 40 of them that are still functional. That means that 447 of them have failed and gone bankrupt. And from the 40 still active businesses, only BYD is turning a profit from the sales. Everyone is aware of how exceptionally challenging it is to turn a profit off every sale. However, Tesla and BYD stand out as notable exceptions because they're the only two companies that have successfully made a profit from each sale. However, BYD's margins show a significant gap when contrasted with Tesla's operating profit margins. Tesla's margins are significantly higher. Despite BYD's remarkable sales growth, the company continues to struggle with low profit margins. And between 2021 and 2022, it fell significantly behind Tesla in this regard. In the third quarter, BYD's gross profit margins were 15.9%, while its net profit margins were 3.7%. In contrast, Tesla's gross profit margin for the same period was 26.4%, while the company's net profit margin was 15.3%. According to these numbers, it's clear that BYD still has a long way to go before it can be considered successful in terms of its cash flow. The gap between this Chinese company and Tesla is significant, and it's anywhere from 16 to 20 billion US dollars. Many Chinese businesses have experienced significant disruptions in their capital chains. In particular, this year, several emerging car manufacturers operating in the second, third, and fourth tiers have faced significant challenges in maintaining their operations and navigating the competitive market landscape. After successfully establishing production bases and obtaining vehicle manufacturing qualifications, there is a significant lack of capital, which is a significant factor contributing to these difficulties. Many of these businesses cannot expand their operations or develop new products because they don't have sufficient financial resources. A lack of capital can hinder a company's ability to maintain high product quality standards and competitiveness in the market, both of which will result in decreased sales and increased financial losses. SciTech and some other businesses have been confronted with low sales due to problems relating to the quality of their products and their level of competition. These issues have significantly impacted their financial performance, leading to losses and jeopardizing their ability to sustain themselves over the long term. In 2021, SciTech successfully obtained around $500 million in funding. However, this capital injection was not enough, particularly considering how intensely competitive and capital-intensive the market for electric vehicles is right now. Additionally, transitioning from manufacturing low-end electric vehicles like bikes to high-end electric vehicles like sports cars can be another significant challenge for small companies operating in the Chinese EV industry. This transition frequently necessitates the expenditure of a significant amount of capital to develop more sophisticated technologies, enhance production capacities, and establish a brand presence in the high-end market segment. A few of these companies attempted to do this, but the sales performance of the recently released high-end models did not meet their expectations, resulting in massive financial losses. One of the companies that experienced this issue is Skywell Auto. Even though they intended to increase their market share by focusing on the high-end segment, the sales performance of their high-end electric vehicles didn't meet the anticipated levels. The limited number of vehicle deliveries is another challenge that certain companies in the Chinese EV industry must overcome. Hosan Auto, for example, has had trouble delivering its vehicles to customers. To this point, only 900 units have been successfully delivered. In the EV market, monthly delivery volumes can frequently reach tens of thousands of units. Such low delivery figures can undermine consumer confidence in the company's ability to effectively meet customer demand, which can lead to a diminished market, reduced brand reputation, and difficulty attracting new customers. Inadequate production capacities, bottlenecks in the manufacturing process, or insufficient distribution networks are all factors that can contribute to the limited delivery capacity. However, traditional automakers in China, such as GWM, Geely Auto, and the GAC Group, have seen a significant increase in the number of vehicles they've sold. This latest turn of events not only reflects the shifting preferences of consumers towards electric vehicles, but it also adds further pressure to the emerging companies that are currently operating the Chinese EV market. Now, despite the difficulties that some Chinese EV automakers are experiencing, it's anticipated that the overall growth trajectory of the Chinese automotive industry will continue to be robust in the years to come. This optimistic outlook is largely due to several factors, including increased demand within the country, progress made in technological fields, and growing market share internationally. The demand for vehicles is largely driven by China's vast domestic market, which features a large population and an increasing per capita disposable income. As customers develop a greater concern for the environment and look for environmentally friendly modes of transportation, it's anticipated that there will be a sizable uptick in consumer interest in clean energy vehicles. With a projected R&D spending of 2.8% of its GDP by 2025, China is expected to significantly impact the automotive industry, including the development of electric vehicles and technologies for autonomous driving. This increased focus on research and development will contribute to the development of cutting-edge technologies, further solidifying China's position as a global leader in autonomous driving and electric vehicles. Automobile manufacturers in China are implementing several strategic moves to broaden their presence and increase their market share. It was estimated that between 2021 and 2026, the market for automobiles in this region will expand at a compound annual growth rate of 5.2%. According to the most recent reports on the automotive industry, this growth presents ample opportunities for Chinese car manufacturers to enhance their sales and influence in the automotive world. This is because the world is embracing the transition to electric vehicles and renewable energy sources. The experience that Chinese automakers with expertise in every technology have gained in the production of electric vehicles and the advancements that have been made in battery technology will be of significant benefit to them. The constantly shifting tastes of consumers present new opportunities for Chinese automakers, which they are well-positioned to seize. What are your thoughts on the recent decline in Chinese EV automakers? Let us know in the comments section. We appreciate your support, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.